Welcome back to the Gemini channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do general message for Gemini. Know that energy is fluid. Roles can be reversed. Interpret the message as it best resonates. Also know on this channel, I like to go deep within the readings. So I do look at everything, but we take time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, see how they play it as karmic themes. This will allow you to understand why everything's playing out the way that it is. And it'll give you an opportunity to see how you are contributing to the imbalances in your situation and what you would need to do in order to heal so you could break karmic cycles and quantum jump into the reality that you want to experience. Now, if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write the word in the video in your comment bar. Now, when I say jump into a reality that you want to experience, obviously, we can't make someone do what they don't want to do. However, we can change. And once we change the dynamic of the connection. Sometimes that is all you need to do if there's really love there. Other times it's you literally walk away and the relationship doesn't work out, but then you are able to recognize what those imbalances were that your person had, and you'll be able to recognize how you contributed to the dynamic so you won't repeat the karmic cycle. And when you learn, it changes your energy vibration, and then you're able to attract what's more in alignment with you. All right, I just wanted to make that clear. Want to enter into winning a free reading with me? Like the video, subscribe to the channel, write the word in the video in your comment bar. I want to thank everyone for all your likes, shares, and subscribes, and your comments. Keep them coming. I mean, this is my baby channel. It's pretty much brand new, only a few months old. Now, if you're connected to a Virgo or a Scorpio, you might want to check out my other channels. They've been around for longer, so they get a lot more action. All right. The word of the video is resentment, resentment. It's funny, I feel like you're mirroring your person or your person's mirroring you. I feel like you have like an ESP connection with your soulmate, and you're like angry, you're resentful because they played so many games, and they wasted so much time. And they are tapped into you, and they know that you're mad. And now they're mad because they're almost like, how dare you be mad with me? You know that I'm dealing with things. You know that I'm, trying to work on my situation. And I feel like they're connected to someone else. They're attracted to you, but they're connected to someone else. And the thing is that this person has slow walked it, like to the point, like it's molasses, so slow. And I feel like it's because they wanted you to come to them. They didn't want to reach out to you. And what they see is you're not reaching out to them. And if anything, you're resentful because you know exactly what they were doing, that they were holding back, wanting you to chase them. You're not doing that. And now they're stuck in a place where they're angry because they know most likely you're not going to take them back because all they did was play games. And they're looking at themselves and they're angry because I think that they thought that this connection was going to be a sure thing. A sure thing. That's what they I'm going to switch up the cards a little bit tonight and see where are they right now. We're not going to look at their wounds, how they feel. We'll look at their wounds after. I'm making changes for the better. So this person is in the process of changing. You inspire me in so many ways. So I feel like when you walked away and you held your ground, because this person sees you don't need to be with them. You don't care. You'll walk away from them forever. And that scares them. They're not used to that. They're used to people chasing them. But they admire you, they respect you, and they also are not able to hide behind the fact that you are going to ruin their life, that you're going to monopolize their life, that you're going to try and control them. I think this person has been in many, many different and horrible relationships. And when I say many, many different, it's like I feel like they were a serial dater. And the thing is that they play games. They come in really strong and really passionate because they're insecure. They get the situation exactly the way that they want. They get the people that they're dating to do exactly what they want. And then once they're comfortable, then they're bored. They leave. And then they know that they have those people hook, line, and sinker, that they're going to pretty much always try to get them to revert back to that love bombing stage. With you, you again really didn't play along into that love bombing phase. And then when this person played games, you walked away. So the thing is, what this person sees is that you're your own person, that you don't need them, and you actually are very strong on your own. And that's why you inspire them, because I think that this person, as much as they don't want to be in a relationship because they're afraid someone's going to come in and monopolize their time and tell them who they need to be, they also want to be in a relationship because they want that love. They want to have someone there for them. And the thing is, it's like, they're looking at you now and they're saying, I can see myself with you. And now that they see it, it's almost like, yeah, but now you are seeing something different too. Like, well, I don't know if I want to be with you because you played so many games and you held back from me and you didn't give me anything and you slow walked it here. Like you felt like you had all the time in the world to get to me. Again, like you put obstacles in your own way. Like this person literally gets in their own way. And they do because they overthink. And they overthink, like, how much should I give this person? Do I really want to give them? What if they do this? What if they do that? I can't stand the thought of you with someone else. So now it's like they're ruminating on the situation right now as we speak, where they're, you know, re reliving like what they did and what your responses were. And they saw that they never really gave anything. And so it's almost like they see that you're a good catch. They know that other people will find you to be a good catch. And they've held back for so long. And being that you have a connection, an ESP connection, they know that you're cutting your energy. They feel you less and less and less and less and less. It's almost like for so long, this person put up a boundary within the physical realm, like I'm not going to come towards you. And they also wouldn't like you also used to be able to tap into them so much easier, but they actually drink a lot and suppress their feelings and emotions, where normally they can play this game and have someone run back to them. Where I feel like you didn't feel their energy, and that it was like, okay, well, you're cutting your energy off from me, not just in the physical realm. You're telling me not to come near you. You're not going to come near me. You're not going to give me anything. But now I don't even feel you half the time. So you're not scaring me. I'm just going to cut my energy. So as much as this person is angry and they're resentful, and they're mainly resentful, I feel like at themselves, but they also didn't expect you to cut your energy off. So they are resentful at you also because you weren't supposed to go anywhere. They're they're nervous. They're not just nervous and resentful, but they're also like in admiration of you. They're also like seeing like how they could be with you now. Now that they've sat there for a long time, held back, watched you on social media, watched you, and I feel like this person always kept tabs on you. They just didn't talk to you, which I feel like you knew that too. And you were like, felt like it was a turn off. You felt like this person was just like out of tune, like meaning like out of place, like in their own world, like a misfit. That's what you thought. You were like, this person's like a misfit, that they're not comfortable in relationships because you knew that they were keeping tabs on you. You have a connection to them. I just feel like they got tired of that connection of feeling you. They couldn't turn it off. So they tried to suppress that by drinking. They thought that it would scare you, that you would run to them. They didn't think that you would look at it like, hey, listen, like you're like a misfit. Like you play so many games, like you couldn't actually categorize where to put this person, like why they were doing what they were doing to you. But you know that it had everything to do with them, and you weren't going to stick around to make them make it as if it was something having to do with you. You just knew that they were, again, just a troublemaker. And I feel like they were a troublemaker. They would talk to other people. They would never made you feel comfortable, always giving you mixed messages, wanted you to stroke their ego, having conversations just to find things out, but never really like just keeping their foot in the door where you got tired of it. You're like, you're trying to get me to give to you without you giving anything to me. And if that doesn't work, then you're going to talk to other people. And, you're talking to people that are on a low vibration, then you drop, they drop your name. And then those people that are on a low vibration think that they're dating this person, and then they get jealous, and it creates a lot of unnecessary drama. So this person actually wanted to see the drama. They love to have people fight over them and to create a ruckus. It's their entertainment. And you were like, I'm not going to participate in this. And the fact that you walked away from them and you're like showed this person that however you perceive me, I am not that person. This person didn't take the time to get to know you, but they treat everybody this way. And normally, unfortunately, people fall for their little trick. But you've just felt like this person's lost. This person's lost. They don't know what to do. And that's exactly what it is. They don't really, I feel like they don't have like a strong identity. And that's why this is their entertainment. Their entertainment is to like date people, be a serial dater, not really uh, cultivate any real feeling or emotion, keep it real surface, and then create a lot of drama so that they don't have to really be in a connection, because who wants to be with someone that's going to create a lot of drama? Not them. They don't really want to be with somebody that is going to annoy them and fight for them, but they will love to watch people fight for them. So again, being here for a very short time, for a good time, not a long time, just creating a lot of trouble just to get off on it. And that's because I don't feel like this person has any idea of who they are. Like this is their identity. This is what they do in their spare time. They don't have hobbies. They don't have interests. They go to work. They come home. Every day is Groundhog's Day. So this is what they do. So it didn't mean that this person didn't have an attraction to you or a connection to you. They shit all over the connection. They felt like they could do whatever the hell that they wanted to do. And they weren't ready for a connection. Argument. So it's again like this person doesn't even know how to have a conversation. I feel like you would try and have a conversation. It's not like you tried to just end the relationship either. You were very fair with this person. You tried to have a conversation with them, tried to tell them what your needs were, you tried to figure out what their needs were. And the truth of the matter is that this person would never really answer any questions. They would just dance around everything and then make jokes of everything, like so that they wouldn't really have to be vulnerable. They're like, I don't really want to tell you what I want because I really don't want anything. I want you here, but I don't want to give you anything. So I'm going to create like just a lot of drama in your life, and that's what you knew because you're like, I'm trying to have a conversation with you, and you make a joke out of everything, or you avoid the question, or you make it like I'm having an argument with you, to the point that sometimes I actually would start an argument with you just so that I knew what was going on. Unlike you that has an argument with me just to get your ego stroked. And that was very triggering for you because you're like, it doesn't need to be this difficult. You're making it difficult. And if you're making it this difficult, there's a reason why. And I'm not going to stick around to find out why. And because again, this is what I mean, the substances that they would drink too much, smoke too much. And that's what they're doing now in order to cut their energy off from you because they don't want to feel you because they have feelings for you and they see that you're not moving. They're trying to scare you so that you run back to them still. They're still pretending that. And so when you were with them, you were like, you knew what their default mechanism was, that they're avoidant. And in the fact that they're avoidant, they again turn to their addictions. So they're never really grounded and participating in the relationship. And you also feel like that they would never be able to emotionally give you what you needed. And you got tired of the manipulation, so you walked away. You had enough. Like I said, that's why you walked away. It's like you're like, I'm not going to sit here and play games with a person that, you want me here, but you want me here for what I could do for you. You don't want to give me anything. And if anything, you just want me here for entertainment, for like a good, like laugh or an ego stroke. You didn't really even know what, but you hustled out of there. It's like this person thought that they were going to take their sweet ass time in figuring out what they wanted. And for whatever reason, like I said, they thought that you were going to stick around to deal with it. So now we're going to see, are they going to do anything? Or what do they think? Do they think anything now that you haven't been in contact with them? And they see that you're never coming back because it's again, the resentment is you're like, you wasted my time. And this person knows it, knows that you're like, you wasted my time. And they also know that you don't look at them the same way that you did. And that's why they're resentful. I wish you could see that we're mirroring each other right now. And you are because they're resentful, but you're resentful, but they're not mirroring each other for the same reasons. But they can feel your energy when they are not drinking and not, suppressing it. So again, they know that, this person knows that they would have to surrender. They know that you are something important to them now. It's like because you say union is an energy. And even when we aren't together, I feel our union. So again, they see that now, but I don't feel like I always felt like that they knew it, but now that you really cut your energy off from them and you left them with whatever players and low vibe people that they were surrounded by, well, they definitely feel the loss and they definitely miss the presence. I just feel like this person wants what they want without having to really do anything about it. Yeah, like it's like there's a sense that this person really likes their independence and they're very stubborn and they know what you want. They know you want a mutual give and take reciprocity relationship. And because you weren't getting it, that you broke free. So they know why everything happened the way that it did. They were just hoping that you were going to get hormonal and get like all like upset and yell at them so that they could justify why they acted the way that they did, or then play more games with you. And none of those options happened for them. If anything, what happened is that they realized that you're their soulmate. And that's why they're in a place of not really knowing what to do because they really screwed this relationship up when they could have just had a conversation. But see, they didn't want to do that. They want to seduce you. That's what they wanted to do. They wanted to seduce you because they find you so alluring. But the more time that they, spent focusing on you, I feel like this person even went searching to find stuff out about you because they wanted to justify why they did what they did, and they can't. That's why they're resentful, because they're like, now I have feelings and you don't have feelings, and that also makes them nervous. And I feel like they have a little bit of anxiety about that, where they used to be able to charm their way. You're not allowing them to do that. This person is right now, as we speak, is like thinking about it, is seeing again, replaying over and over and over in their head what they did. And that's why they're angry, because normally they don't care, but they're seeing it now. Yeah, it's like they feel like you're their opposite. Okay, they feel like you are their other half, that you're their twin flame. However, you felt that this person like just hid too much, and they just blocked you all the time. And you didn't you didn't want to deal with the fact that you felt like this person, you didn't even know who they really were, because they wouldn't let you go deep. They were always wearing a mask. Okay, they were always wearing a mask. They wouldn't let you come in, and all you wanted was honesty, loyalty, and for them to open up. So you were really clear about what it is that you wanted. This person, like I said, played a lot of games. They realized who you are. They realized exactly what they did. Now it's almost like they feel like it would be so much work to actually fix this. They know that they would have to, and again, step into their masculine energy. And that doesn't mean that they're a good man, but they would have to actually put some effort in. That's masculine energy. It's grounding energy. This person likes to keep it up in their head. They like that connection, but that's why they cut the connection off, because they're like, well, as long as we have this connection, I'm having a hard time moving forward. I can still feel your energy. Then that makes me feel guilty. I don't want to feel guilty because I don't want to cave to you. I want you to come to me. So this person doesn't really want to do what it takes. They need to grow up. It's like that's really what it is. They would really like a new beginning with you at this point, because they realize who you are. But I don't see that this person is really mature enough. It's like they're doing everything and everything to get you to come to them. And it's just like when you were dealing with them, they did everything and everything to get you to do what they wanted to do. And then when you tried to have a conversation, like I said, they wouldn't have a conversation. They would just keep it light, play games, joke around, then say that you were being too demanding, judging your feelings, judging what you needed. So again, you already have a really good understanding of who this person is. You feel as if this person would humiliate you. You feel like, again, make a mockery out of you. And the reason why is because they like to cause trouble. So there's a part of you that's like, I don't really want to get involved with you because you already showed me who you are. And that's why this person is resentful. It's like this person was hoping to actually be able to come back into your life when they wanted to be honest with you. They wanted to maybe not be a partner per se so much, but they wanted to, whatever you're doing, whether you're working on something or they wanted to work on it with you now, or just be with you or date you, but they saw some sort of partnership. The only problem is they saw it only on their terms, through their eyes, because they never asked you anything. They wouldn't take the time to get to know you. And why they're angry is because it's almost like, again, you're moving on. You're moving on. You're making adjustments and you're moving on because you didn't get anything, which is pretty much self-explanatory. So even though this person like wishes that they can come back, they know because they can feel you that you're not budging. The only strategy that this person is really taking is, well, I'm going to drink myself or smoke myself into obliviation so that I don't feel your connection. And hopefully that's going to trigger you to run back to me. And the thing is, that's not happening. You actually said, I'm not dealing with this. I'm moving on. And I think that this person didn't realize that you moved away from them actually a long time ago. That's why they're resentful, because it's like almost like, well, they realize it now, but they didn't realize it when you did it. It's like they just kept trying to change their strategy to make you give to them because they don't really want to be in a relationship. And that's what you know. You're like, no, that you just like to like create drama. And that's because you don't really want to be in a relationship. So we have to say, there's many reasons rather why we attract people into our lives. But the main reason why is because spirit is always trying to talk to us and is always trying to tell us what we need in order to heal. That's the way that the universe talks to us. So I like to always pull from my inner child cards because they'll tell us like what was the original wound that you had and why it's manifesting. Okay, I'm going to pull just six. First card out is resilience. And the reason why is because this person's not doing anything. If they were going to do something or if they change, but they're not changing. They don't want to change. They want you to change. So you're kind of like in a Mexican standstill. And that's why you were like, I'm walking away. So that's why we're looking at the inner child wounds, because it's like they're not going to do anything. There's no point, right? So the first card out was resilience. The second card out was loner. Third card out is imagination. All these are like pretty good cards, I have to say, because source, I mean, seriously. Um, okay, this one isn't. It's shame and laughter. So it's ironic because a lot of times when we're with someone, it's because we have spiritual blocks. And those blockages are shadows. Well, sometimes where there's shadows, there's also gifts. They're just parts of us that we haven't developed due to childhood trauma. So it's funny because I feel like all these cards were good except for shame. But shame is a really bad card. It's actually, I feel like a card that does the shame is one of the emotions that does like the worst damage, because when we feel shame, we feel that we're not good enough. We feel like there's something wrong with us. We're embarrassed of ourselves. We feel like we're defective. So I feel like, again, you grew up feeling a lot of shame. And I feel like for some, it was because you had a learning disability. And some, it was because you grew up in an environment that was kind of, I'm going to say it, toxic, because there was alcoholism, there might have been drugs, maybe your mother like was very promiscuous, or somebody, again, they just didn't have the normal structure of mother and father in the house, right? So it made you not feel strong. It was embarrassing to you. So shame tells us that we don't, when we feel defective, that's not a part of our identity. We can't be that. However, we form personas. With you, you went inside of yourself because it doesn't feel good to be shamed. Really, it doesn't. It makes you feel again like there's something wrong with you. So I feel like that happened a lot in your childhood, that you were embarrassed by your environment. And then because the people that were supposed to take care of you, they couldn't even take care of themselves. That brought shame, but then it was also the people that were taking care of you, being that they couldn't take care of themselves, that they would be very short tempered with you. They didn't allow you to have a natural unfoldment process. They put unrealistic expectations onto you. You had to be an adult before you were actually a child. And that is usually what creates a lot of shame, because then we feel inadequate. We feel not good enough. We feel like there's something wrong with us because we're trying to do adult things when we're children, and we're not getting the results that we want because the way that we're approaching it when we're children is we're usually very afraid. We're not secure. And just like when you're an adult, if you handle things from a very insecure place, you're not going to get good results. So I feel like you were in that energy a lot, to the point that you wound up having a good connection to source because you were a loner. And being that you were brought up in an environment that was constantly shaming you, it was wearing down your self-esteem. And so you became a loner. You became a loner, and that allowed you to, again, have a really good imagination. Why? Because as a loner, you went off on your own. You were a child and would just act like a child, going off onto your own and exploring and meeting new people and doing things that stimulated your imagination. Not to mention when you were at home and it didn't feel good, you were upping your mind. That was an escapism for you to deal with the trauma of feeling shamed. Like I said, it was a survival mechanism. However, because you were up in your brain so much, in your mind, in the imagination realm, that's the spiritual realm, right? If we can imagine it, we can create it. And that's your connection to source, which allows you to be really strong. And you're okay being a loner because you are always a loner. By the way, this is what is so tantalizing to this person that was trying to trip you up. It's like they wanted you to run back to them. They're used to dealing with needy people. And really, you're not needy. You're the exact opposite. That's why all of a sudden this person has feelings, but they don't know how to fix this. And they don't know how to fix it mainly because they don't want to change. They're resentful because you won't change. And so there's nothing you can really do about that except for move on. And so you are. So I'm going to leave it on with one more card, which is a message from the universe. What does Spirit have to say? And that's creation. I have the power to direct my life. With a constructive attitude, I create what is best for my soul. I firmly believe I can transform and improve my inner and outer worlds by turning every thought into an affirmation and action. An affirmative action as well as a positive affirmation. I act in the image of God and bring light into my life. And when it's like act in the image of God, it's like God is unconditional love. That's the energy of the universe. The universe is the energy of God. The universe is inside of you. When we are in alignment with the laws of God, the laws of love, the laws of the universe, it's that we are in a place of unconditional love. So does that mean that everyone's perfect in our environment? No, but what it means is that the way you deal with people is at the highest vibration, always with unconditional love. So you detached. It's like you don't curse the person out, you don't shame them, it's that you direct your energy. And that's what you did. It's where Spirit says, it's like everything that comes to you, the universe is always bringing you what you need to help you heal, to evolve into the highest state of consciousness. And that's what you have to continually do, is to direct your life. And that was the karmic test. Are you going to direct your life? And you did, because you learned already in childhood that I'm not going to sit and participate in being around someone that makes me feel bad and makes me feel less than, and shamed obviously makes you feel less than. You couldn't run away, you couldn't leave, but to go up in your mind, to be a loner and go off on your own, well, that's the way that you survived. So the child that survives thrives. And the reason why is because, again, the child that survives the trauma, and it doesn't matter what kind of trauma, just has to be traumatizing enough that the child is up in their mind a lot and they wind up having a good connection to source, which allows them later on to be able to co-create successfully in life, because if you can imagine it, you can create it. The only thing that was the problem was the actual grounding. As a child, to actually be here in the physical, you have to be present. Again, your survival mechanism was not to be present, was to be an imaginative mind. So Spirit's just saying, well, now it's about directing your life. And to what you're doing is, as you direct your life, you're transforming, and you're transforming those spiritual blocks from childhood where you were shamed, and you are transforming them into light by, again, being on your soul's path, or even if you aren't on your soul's path, by just being and acting in the image of God. And Spirit said that's exactly what you did. That's why you escaped the karmic retribution. And that's why this person is resentful. I'm going to leave that there, Gemini. You let me know how you resonated with this one, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.